Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color, and it is December 16th. Um, okay, just begin. I don't really have a script. I never have a script. I'm going to tell you my experience. I live in Mexico City, you knew. My first trip to Mexico um, was to Mexico City, and it was January of 2017. And I almost came on a fluke, honestly. It was January and I wanted to, have a vacation. And I initially was going to go to London. And, I was looking at places and this and that. And a few years earlier, somebody had invited me to Mexico and said they were going to pay for everything. And then it didn't work out. And I was a little resentful, honestly. And I studied Mesoamerican art history at school, not in a very intensive, I took a class. And it was very fascinating. It's a fascinating place. And ancient Mexico is particularly fascinating. It's really one of the cradles of civilization, almost like the Indus River or the Tigris Euphrates of the Nile. Many, many civilizations grew out of Mesoamerica, which is sort of like central to all the way, central Mexico, all the way into like Honduras and El Salvador. Some people even consider it, further. Okay. So I've learned a lot about the Aztecs and the Maya and the Olmec and all that. Fine. Fascinating. Really interesting. Love ancient history. So I realized it was January and I lived in New York, and why would I go from a cold place to a cold place? And so I decided to come to Mexico. And I came for 10 days. And some travelers go and they're like, well, let's just see what happens. And then some travelers like have every 10 minutes, organized. So in the 10 days, I wanted to do three things. I wanted to go to Teotihuacan, which is the big pyramid right outside the city, about 40 minutes. And I did, and it was incredible. Much larger than you can ever imagine, much more fascinating. Okay. I wanted to go to the Museum of Anthropology because I'm interested in archaeology, anthropology, history. Fantastic museum, one of the best museums I've ever been to in my life. Highly recommended. And the other thing I wanted to do was go to the Basilica of Guadalupe. And I don't know why, but something about Guadalupe had always drawn me. Um, Part of it was I already had an innate understanding that it was much bigger than and much and sort of different in a way than Catholicism. And I'm Jewish. I went to yeshiva. But there was something about this essence of the female goddess that really called to me. And I've been calling the Godhead, as I like to say, uh, the goddess for a long, 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 long time. I relate to it in a different way than I relate to the word God. God has this masculine energy, and goddess has a feminine energy. And I was always more drawn to the feminine energy. It seemed easier to, I don't know, communicate with, or seemed more comfortable, more accessible for me. Great. So my first day here, I stayed at an Airbnb with a really cool guy who we actually had a lot in common and had lived in New York in the past. He's Mexican, but had lived in New York in the past. So his English was really good because my English when I first got here was hola, adios, not much more. Gracias. maybe another 10 words. So I wanted to go. So the first day I was here, so I got off the plane, I think I got here at night. And the next day was my day, right? And I wanted to go to the Basilica. And I'm a walker, I'm a real walker. So I decided to walk to the Basilica. And Mexico City is a very, very big city, very big, very, very, very big. It's almost twice the size of New York City. And I had Google Maps, but New York runs like checkerboard. It's like super easy. You're just, heading on this avenue. I'm going east. North, or I'm going south. I'm on this street. I'm going east, or I'm going west, especially in Manhattan. It's really checkerboard. So it's pretty simple. Here, it's like, don't ask. Lots of diagonals at different angles. Not they're all 45. They're like, whatever. Oh, and then it turns, all that. I decided to walk. It was like over 3 hours, well over 3 hours. And as I'm walking around, I'm getting I'm getting called, and I'm hearing, you belong here, you belong here. And I was fascinated and in love the first day here, fascinated and in love. Like something you just can't stop looking at because it's so alive, it's so vibrant, there's so many surprises. And so I finally get to the Basilica. And I used to make scarves. I used to make really beautiful scarves, handmade. And, like my whole soul and energy went into them. And I made a really, really beautiful scarf. And it was like pink and orange, and it had roses on it as well. And something told me to take it. And I'd taken it, and I left New York with this energy of like, I want to give this to somebody. Anyway, I took it. So I go to the Basilica, and I just got this whole, I don't know, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. It felt, I didn't understand. There was a sort of a sermon or mass or something going on. I don't know what the word is. I'm Jewish. And the priest, it just felt like the energy that I was feeling was like, oh, I'm above you, and I'm, gracing you. But it was human, and it was like, well, that ain't right. And then there was somebody really like begging but working me kind of energy. And I'm from New York, so I'm used to a lot of homeless people, and you have this sense of when they are really in need, and then another sense of you got a whole, song and dance going on. So I was getting that. And I got this very big feeling of this isn't it. Like this isn't it. And previous that, the plaza, the building where they house the picture is circular, and the plaza around it is really, really big. And before I go into it, or even around it, I see this man and woman, and they're older. And I remember she was heavy set, and probably in her 60s, maybe 70s, not well, like infirm. Like she was walking with a cane, and there was something with her foot. And it felt like it had always been like that. That's what it felt like. And she's like making her way, you know, like really slowly. And he's with her, and he's like, holding her up basically. I guess they're married, and they're older, really older. And she's walking like at a snail's pace, truly, like one step, but the steps, like that big, if that. And as I'm leaving, she's still making her way there, right? Because I wasn't, I kind of got the download real quick. And she's still making her way there. And I get this woof. And it said, it's not about worshiping me, it's about being me. Like, whoa. And it was so, so, so strong. It was so clear, so direct, so unmistakable, so empowering. It was like, whoa. It's like, oh. And my understanding, this is my understanding of what Guadalupe, what the energy of Guadalupe is. So Guadalupe is really the energy of the mother. So she's the mother of all humans, of all animals, of all plants, of the earth. Um, she's the female aspect of creation. She's the womb. She's the womb. She's the womb and the loving mother, all in one. This is encompassing energy. And they said, give her the scarf, because there was something about her devotion that was so touching and so, because I didn't, but the feeling that I got from this woman walking with the funny leg, foot, whatever, was nothing stopping me. Nothing stopping me. It could start raining. It's raining, you know, like, I'm going to get there because I came here. This is what I came here for. And I'm going to get there. Right. But there wasn't a sense of, this is what I felt. It wasn't this sense of, for me, it wasn't this sense of, oh, this foot of mine. It was a sense of, I'm devoted, I'm determined, I'm going. And it was like, I made up my mind, like that energy. I made up my mind. That's my goal. That's where I'm going. And whatever it takes is whatever it takes. And I have my support and I'm grateful and, all that. So something told me to give her the scarf, and I don't even know. I don't even think I said anything. I just said, please accept this, basically. Para ti, para ti. She was, and I left. I just left. It was like, because the energy of giving a gift to somebody is giving them the gift. Whatever they do with it is whatever they do with it. You know. Well, I'm giving you this so that you this with it, or you do that with it. It's like, I'm giving you this because I want to give this to you. Because I was called, I was told. Fine. So over the past year, so I've been living here about almost, quite a while already, almost 3 years, 2.5, I don't know, something like that. And very reverent. I'm very reverent. I mean, I know that, in other videos you might have seen, I have a very sassy mouth. I have a filthy mouth. And that's part of who I am. It's okay. Um, so if I tune in, I I receive messages. And I've been able to receive more messages living here in Mexico than I ever have before in my life. I get messages from the trees and I get messages from Guadalupe. So I have a message from Guadalupe. I could have written a whole script about this, but it's just not my style. Um, and I'm really grateful that I have glasses that I could use and that I could see. Here we go. What does Guadalupe have to tell me today? I am here with you as I love you. Yes, I am ever present, as are you. The energy, the entity known as Guadalupe, is called by many names. In essence, I am Mother. The name is unimportant. I comfort, I accept, I forgive. I am the ever-loving mother to all sentient beings, human, animal, plants, other forms of life. I am witness to creation. I am the vessel of creation. You are my children, and as such, are imbued with the energy of creation. Birth and renewal. When fear and doubt call my name, my essence, I am waiting with open arms to receive all, including negative emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Be in your heart. That is where it is easiest to reach me. I live in your heart. Your heart is my heart, the heart of creation. Ask for fear to be removed and transformed through the heart. The transmutation of pain through forgiveness of self, of others, of experiences is the uniting force that joins the individual to the loving, comforting acceptance and love that you crave, and that is your birthright. As a child of creation itself. Know your inherent worth and live in joy, knowing you are loved beyond measure. So that was what I received from Guadalupe, and I'm receiving it to share it. So there you go. And I don't know how often I will contact or deliver messages. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be weekly or I don't know. So we shall see. We shall see. I open myself up to this energy, and it's really beautiful. And when it feels right, I will continue to deliver messages. And here you go. There you go. It's obviously not me because my verbiage is not exactly similar, to say the least. Right. Blessings, blessings. So the heart is the answer. The heart is the key, the kingpin, the entrance. It's through the heart that one can connect to the heart of the mother, the heart of the earth, the heart of forgiveness, comfort, love. There you go. Blessings, blessings. Bye.